Oh, yeah.
Would you like to introduce yourself, or?
Yeah, so my name is Courtney Holmes Scurry. I am 20 years of age, 21. Woo! I'm a second year student in BIMM for commercial modern music. Previously to BIMM, I did a PLC in Dundalk, which was a nightmare to get to from Portmarnock and Dundalk, 2 hours up, 2 hours back. And then I went to Youthreach for 2 years, and I was a previous Clash and Hinge student. So that's me.
So I'd say we should start with school life.
Yeah.
Let's go from the start. So first year, what did you think of?
Hey, first year.
I think most people probably hated it.
Yeah, we all did, don't worry. First year, it was very overwhelming. I think primary school doesn't set you up for like actual secondary school life. I remember primary school, the teachers were like, you have to write in cursive, because if you don't write in cursive, then they're not going to accept you into secondary school. All them kind of stupid rules that never like actually come to life in secondary school. Yeah. So I had this expectation of secondary school. I also remember like, as I was saying to you, like a million times when I was a very like nervous, socially awkward child. So I remember saying to myself that like, I want to be the cool one. I want to be one of the cool ones. I want to have friends. I want to have a group of people that like me and want to be my friends. So I think a lot of first years will make that their mission, to have loads of friends. Yeah. I remember doing that. I remember you have like your first day in Courtney for us was we were put into PE hall, and we were all put in a circle, and we had to like just get up and introduce ourselves or some type of.
That'd be nerve-wracking for
that is nerve-wracking.
First year,
you don't know anyone, and you just have to go up and like, you know.
And like another thing, you always get told in 6th class, oh, you're the big kids now. You have to set an example for the 3rd classers or whatever, right? Yeah. And then you go into first year.
And you're the small kids.
You're the tiniest kids. Yeah. You're the tiny kids, and you're getting thrown around.
It's a big jump because, like, you know, no one really thinks you're like. Everyone thinks you're just small little first year.
You just get referred to as the first year.
Yeah. The annoying first years or something like that.
And like, because secondary school can seem very overwhelming and very, very important, and because PLCs like aren't really talked about. So leaving cert, junior cert. So you kind of, that's why you see some first years like running to classes, because they like, I need to be punctual, I need to have a good record, self for my life. Yeah. Big, really overdramatic when that's not really real life. But you don't get told that at 12, 13. And I remember being like that, like this will make or break my life. It won't. Yeah, and then getting your classes, getting your kidneys, I remember like studying every page.
Yeah,
it was so
nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
I remember the rules are on the walls everywhere.
Yeah. I remember my first bad note. Oh my god, I asked for it.
You asked for it? No way.
No, I was such a goody two shoes. Like I really wanted to, like everything had to be right. I was in Spanish class with Amy and
Pawn, no?
I don't know. Murphy? Maybe it was Murphy. Or was that? I can't remember, but I remember just going up to the teacher and being like, I spoke it a line or something. Here's my kid. I love getting good on stuff. Are they still like rectangular stickers?
Yeah.
I love them. Oh my god. And I'll be showing everyone like, look at me. I'm such a good child. I think I became. Oh, I remember my first. I don't know what you call them, but like when you get a bad note, you have to like stay in for lunch.
Just the wrong feelings. Lunchtime detention.
Yeah, I only had one of them in like my whole time here, so it was brilliant. And you had to write like, I will be a good student or something like that, or you had to rewrite the rules.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, the page of the row page and the killer,
I've never what you've done before. Actually, and I remember like I think I wrote like 5 lines, and I was like, no, that was my only detention. And then just the noise of like when the bell rings and everyone is walking, it was unreal. Like I never ever got used to that.
Yeah.
What else was the first year? Meeting all your teachers, trying to figure out like how to. This sounds like, because I am autistic, so being social is a very taught out thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't come naturally to me. So I remember thinking like, how do I fit into social dynamics?
Yeah.
How do people hang out? How do people talk? That was very big for me. Like as I said, I wanted to have friends and trying to figure out like how to Snapchat people and how to like I don't have Snapchat anymore. I hate Snapchat. How to like be friends with people. That was something I always struggled with. Like I was always really friendly with people, but never knew how to like make friends.
Yeah.
So I never really had friends, which is sad, and I probably should have got more support from that. But yeah, my favourite classes were always like science, because I just love learning about stuff. I love like biology, because not because of plants, I hate learning about plants, but like genetics
Yeah.
and learning about like different my god, what do you call them? Cells.
Yeah.
Because I love learning about skin cells, but I love learning about neurons because I love the brain. And then I love PE because like I was very stressed out, so I got to burn that off.
Yeah.
Well, what was your favourite subject?
Favorite overall?
Yeah.
I think science, because I like got excited for like a Thursday or whatever.
Yeah.
Science was, I think if I had to list them, it would be like science, PE, geography, maths, history's at the bottom. Just keep history down there. I love CSPE because you got to learn about the world.
Yeah, that was fun.
English and history are just bottom at the bottom. They share a bottom list. Because English was always like, you would take one line out of another.
Yeah.
What's the author saying? I don't know and I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
I love to creative writing though. Yeah, it's like it would be science and then all the kind of really annoying ones.
Who was your junior playground?
Anything. Do you get a playground like? Is it one for each cycle?
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
you have your junior playground so for first, third year, then TY playground, isn't it? And then fifth, sixth year you get a new one.
Yeah.
In first year, for a few when we were in first year, some of the classes got mixed up.
Yeah.
Like, different, like you'd be in a completely different class, but like a different curriculum or not.
Oh really? I remember I had a new job for first and second year. Then I had Indian, can't remember her name. Dora, is that her name? I don't know. Had her for third year. Then for fourth year, I had Indian Kelly, and then I would have dropped out after fourth year.
Yeah.
So
Do you regret dropping out?
no,
Was it a really good decision?
it was.
All worked out, like.
Yeah.
It did, it really did. Because I needed a lot more like attention, not attention as a pet, like look at me.
Yeah.
I had a lot going on. I had a lot of family issues, I had a lot of mental health issues. I was obviously like undiagnosed autistic at the time. I had a lot of care that I was not getting, which is very hard to give when services are underfunded, when the school is past its capacity, when you're not diagnosed, because everyone can claim, which most people won't, but there will be some people who will claim they need help when they don't, and a diagnosis kind of filters out who they can actually give help to. So I wasn't getting a lot of help. I got counselling, but it wasn't really helping me at all. Like the counselling I had 2 counsellors, and it was kind of, because I wasn't making friends, and it was kind of like, you just need to put yourself out there. I am.
You know.
I don't know how people work. So yeah, and then I dropped out and I went to Youthreach, and Youthreach was amazing. It's not going to be for everyone, just the way like a normal big school like this isn't for everyone either. It'll fit certain people. You get more attention and care on you, because they can only have 25 people in there and have several teachers. So no, I do not regret dropping it at all.
Well, would you recommend transition years to people?
Yeah, I would. I think because when you're 15, 16, you have a lot going on in general. Like you need to figure out who you are. Not that you need to figure out who you are, but you're trying to figure out who you are. you're making friends, you probably are getting a first job, you could have something going on, and TY gives you that space to kind of mature and grow and to give yourself a break.
Yeah.
I needed that at the time. TY was essential for me to give me a break and not have to worry about studying at the same time. But then also, like, forget all that, like, you go away to Germany,
Yeah.
you will never get
Did
that.
you go?
No, because of COVID.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, right,
Oh my god.
Yeah. No, it was something that one of my uncles said to me that, like, you can go to Germany whenever, but you're never going to go to Germany with your TY class
Yeah.
ever again. That's one of the reasons why I did TY. And then you have modules that you're not really going to have in, like, a senior cycle. Like, I think at the time for me it was, like, public speaking. We weren't going to do that in the senior cycle. Then it was, you get to do stuff like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're not going to do that in fifth year.
Yeah, obviously.
It gives you a lot more creative freedom or leeway and just more time to kind of be with yourself, like.
You get to meet new people as well because you're split up into new groups.
Yeah.
Like,
class
some
groups
people
and
just went off into literature and some people say TY and you get to make new friends.
Oh, completely. Like, and then at the same time, there's some people who just want to get out of school as quick as possible.
Yeah,
which,
obviously.
fair enough. And some people they just don't care about school at all. They don't care about the extracurricular, and that's fine. Good.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So after school, you did the Youthreach, and then you did the PLC,
I did PLC, yeah.
and then into BIMM.
Yes.
And BIMM in your first year, what was that like?
So it was scary because it's college and college is scary. It was great at the same time because I think when you turn 18 you're dying to feel like an adult.
Yeah.
And then I went into first year at 20, so I had a few years of like, I just want to be treated like an adult, and you will get treated like an adult. Everything is on your own terms. You need to email teachers if you're not going to be in. You need to get your work done. You need to make sure, like we would do rehearsals, so you need to make sure everyone's in. You need to make sure everything is going on schedule. It's BIMM is like a full-time course, but it's not really, like you're in for kind of half the week.
Yeah, it's
But-
like, what is it, 2 days or something? But it's
No,
long.
it's like some people are, if they're lucky, are in for 3 days. Most people are in for like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
But you're only in for like 1 or 2 classes a day. My Monday now is like 9 to 5, and then my Tuesday is half 10 to 3, and then Wednesday and Thursday I have like just 1 class each. But that time is given to you to study and to get better at your instrument.
Yeah.
So first year it was kind of the same thing of like trying to make friends, getting along with like, oh, it's like really fun when you're in a new area and you get to figure out where all the shops are.
Yeah.
You get to figure out, oh, this is where we'll hang out, and like this is the pubs, and yeah, that's something that you kind of need to balance, because as a first year in Dublin specifically, you're all about like going to pubs after, and that's kind of like a personal decision. Like, I wouldn't recommend to anyone to go out every single night, because you will get drunk probably, and then you'll wake up the next day not feeling right, and that will have an impact. That's kind of like what you need to balance out. And then it's like, it's fun as well because you get to talk to people about their music experience, and you'll find that no one has the same music experience at all.
Yeah.
You'll have people who have been doing this since they're 2, and BIMM has always been the idea to
Yeah.
go to. But then for me, it was like I only found out about BIMM when I was in the PLC course.
Yeah.
Alright.
Do you know what I mean? So it's very interesting.
Well, so obviously you dropped out, but while you were in CNI, would you have done anything differently? What you could have?
Yeah, I would have, like, if someone's not helping me out, it's not because I'm the problem, it's
Yeah.
because we're not getting on. So to realise that's a very good life skill as well. It's usually, like, if you're trying your best, you're not the problem, you're just trying your best. And to think that, and then to say, okay, this is not working, I'm not getting my needs met, I need to find someone else who will help me. But it's also like, don't be so hard on yourself as
Yeah.
well. Like, I still struggle with that today. Like, everything needs to be perfect, and I need to be this perfect student, and also realise that like school isn't the end all be all. Like, it really isn't. Like, you can always, PLCs are always there. Secondary school is from about 12 to 18. That's if a finite time, but you can always do a PLC. College is always there. Do you know what I mean? And even if you do drop out and you don't do a PLC, I think you can do a leaving cert anyway.
Yeah.
So don't be too hard on yourself. Make sure you get your needs met.
Mhm.
And yeah, if anyone's annoying you, like, and they're like that for a considerable amount of time, don't keep giving them excuses. Say like, no, I'm not dealing with you.
Mhm.
Don't
Yeah.
bother with people who aren't giving you good energy, who aren't making you feel good.
Yeah.
And for like junior cert and the mocks, did you feel pressured or did you not really care?
Yeah, I just did personality type I was very stressed out over everything. So for mocks, like I never ever, this is no exaggeration, I never ever studied for anything. Like I just had the brain to kind of pick up what was said to me and write it down on paper, and it was always stored there. So like my grades were like decent for not studying, and if I did study I would have got A's and stuff, but I didn't care. I found them overwhelming because like the mocks you would have been in the hall.
Really?
We were.
I think that stopped after COVID, maybe.
Yeah, there's a lot of video.
Yeah, they would have laid like this black like flooring down, and then talk. I think they have a few hundred like foldable tables, but then they would have taken tables out
They
here.
They do have
They
summer
did
exams,
Christmas
Christmas
exams,
exams.
summer exams, yeah, for first years and second years as well. Yeah.
So then they had to take them out, and then you're kind of lined up, and it was really overwhelming because the hallway, as you know, was really echoey. And then if you have people tapping or you have people flicking their heads or whatever, and then being autistic, that was like really overwhelming. I hated it. I was like this the whole time. And then I remember my junior certs, thank God. Again, I wasn't diagnosed at that point, but I had Amy Kyo, she kind of stuck up for me. She gave me a separate room to do my junior certs in.
That's good.
Thank God, because if I didn't have that room, I wouldn't have got really good grades in my leaving cert at all. Like, I got mostly B's and C's. For someone who didn't study, that's like incredible. And thank God I got the room, because if I didn't get that room, I would have I failed history now because I can't do something if I don't like it.
Yeah.
And I remember getting a history paper and just like, oh my God, flicked through it, because you're meant to flick through your paper and read it first and all this. And I remember flicking through it. I think I answered one question. Closed it, waited till the half an hour, because you can leave after half an hour.
Yeah.
I just left. I didn't answer the whole paper. I was just like, no, I do not care. Like, I won't be a historian. I'm alright, thank you. So yeah.
Do you have any advice for junior students doing their junior cert?
Don't forget too much. Really, like, if anything, I wouldn't say like don't think about it. Like, it's a good way to learn how to study, to learn how you study, to learn what you like and don't like, to learn your weaknesses and strengths. But at the same time, like, take that like with a pinch of salt, really.
Yeah.
Like, your junior cert does not matter. Like, it really does not. Because again, if you drop out, you can be guilty. Do you know what I mean? And then your junior cert, I never did a leaving cert, so I can't say this with 100%, but I imagine your junior cert is like a mock for your leaving cert.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's really not important. Like, obviously, like, game skills you're gonna gain, but like, don't forget over your life. It's not gonna end if you do bad in your junior cert. It's
I
really
think
not.
that's not important
Yeah.
advice, because like from my own experience, I remember going into the mocks going,
Yeah.
I can't be failing this, I need to really try hard. But when you do it,
Yeah.
you go, hold on, it's really not that bad.
Yeah.
I can relax a bit more now.
Yeah.
I think it's the most like stressed about part of like third year.
Yeah, because you like in first year and second year and third year, especially third year, they're always on you about junior cert, like, oh, you have to do good in this, you have to do good in that, your mocks are coming up, and like you think that's gonna be really bad, but like once you're actually done it, you're like, oh, wait, actually was not that bad.
Yeah. Like, excuse my language, but like, you do the junior cert and get a piece of this. What was all that about?
Yeah.
That's the first thing you think, and or at least what I thought. So yeah, it's not the end of it. It's too much stress put on like 15-year-olds.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, as we are all aware of social media, we're going through like a mental health epidemic.
Yeah, yeah.
And so to stress 15-year-olds out over something that does not matter, and all the teachers know that. Teachers are just doing their job,
Mm-hmm.
so they have to do that. They're just doing their job. So I don't put blame on teachers. I put blame on like the Department of Education for having the system they have, because it's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. But I do not. I'm gonna look at the camera. Do not stress at all. It's
Yeah, tell them.
it's fine.
I wonder if anyone's actually gonna watch this. That's like,
Oh,
that's like,
listen.
I wanna know.
it'll come onto the Instagram, so
Yeah,
a lot of people follow the Instagram.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, I can imagine if I was in first year, I would watch it because I'm like trying to learn everything about
Yeah.
it.
It's a good way to learn more about skill and kind of prepare yourself for stuff.
Yeah.
Even 6 classes as well. Like,
Oh my god, how exciting! How also nerve-wracking. Oh my god. Can you imagine? Yeah, you'll have a lot of 6 classes. Like, what's secondary school like?
yeah.
They're getting all like worried about the entrance exam when it's not that much. Cause, like, if you,
Oh
You have-
my god!
you
The
get
entrance
into
exam
school.
didn't make sense. Like
Yeah,
I was
I
literally
did
sitting there and I
not.
was like, what is this?
you get into the school and then you're guaranteed a spot, but then you have to do the entrance exam, which doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No.
It's like,
And we were doing it during COVID, so
Yeah.
strange coming in, wearing the masks and everything, so you don't even know what
I was
half the
literally-
teachers look like.
During my entrance exam, I was sick. Like I was so sick. I had to wear that mask, and I was like, "Oh, can I just get out of this? Like I'm so sick of this already."
Like, because I remember hearing about people doing their entrance exam, and it's like, it's as if they're getting into Harvard or something. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's a big entrance exam. It's not really like you're clicking on triangles and squares. But then they say like, oh, it doesn't matter. Sorry, what was I thinking about? Oh yeah, they say like, oh, it's to put you in with certain groups that are on the same level as you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first year, I was like, that entrance exam was a lot of shit.
Yeah. But they're not on my level. There's no way. There's no way.
How long do you have on? Or how long have you been recording for?
22 minutes.
Do you want to check over your questions to see if we can fill finance up?
Yeah.
yeah.
Haven't even opened that.
Yeah,
yet.
I don't know.
No, because we
Just
read
gonna
it.
waffle.
Why did you go to CNI? Like, was it your first option or did you have other skills in mind?
Genuinely wanted to go to CNI because my, if she watches this, I'm scared. My next door neighbour's sister went to Hinge, and at the time of being like 11, I really looked up to her sister. So I was like, I want to go to CNI because she went to CNI and she's cool. But then also like CNI was like I lived in Carney, so it was the closest school.
Yeah.
My mum probably didn't want me going into Drogheda because I was like, my mum wouldn't let me around, like we live in cul-de-sac, she wouldn't let me around the corner until I was about like way older at least than like most kids.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't have let me into Drogheda, like I can imagine. So that's why, because I looked to someone's sister and I thought she was really cool.
Yeah. Well, which year do you think in CNI held the best memories for you?
Yeah, fortune.
Fortune.
Because like I was saying, it just gives you a bit of air to breathe and gives you a lot of creative stuff to do. Like we did is it still called TG?
Technical graphics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I loved because I love computers. And it was interesting to see how 3D models are made. Because 3D modelling will come into music performance, because if you have to build a stage, they do it in a 3D model first. So that was interesting. But then it was also like an artistic thing for me as well. Then public speaking was great because I've always wanted to be a performer, but we're always really shy. So then I liked being forced to speak in front of people. I remember the first time I did a speech in public speaking, and I had my arms behind my back and I was really rocking like aggressively because I was just so nervous, and my voice was going all over because I was like, so guys, I was so nervous, but I loved it. I loved them classes. I loved being prepped for public speaking. And then also PE was great. PE was great in all years, and then especially in all years, sports days. Because you know why?
What?
They would have me play tug of war. They
Oh,
would wrap
yeah.
me on the thing because I was like one of the biggest there. So then put the heaviest on the back and I loved doing it. That's great.
Yeah. Okay, well,
That's all, is it?
yeah.
Maybe. I'd say if there's anything you want to say to teachers or something, if they watch this, if there's anything like to
Or
thank
even
a teacher
students
or
or
something,
anything. Any advice or say
any advice at all,
Just say
or
anything.
just something to say to teachers or something.
Well, to teachers I'd say hello. remember me. It's interesting. I was here for a presentation down in Unreal, so it's called.
Yeah.
And it was weird because teachers know me as a really shy one, but I'm like completely opposite now.
Yeah.
So I'm not shy anymore. And then the students, I would say, like, do your best.
Yeah.
Stand up for yourself, but don't be too hard on yourself. And know that, like, if you hate school, that's fine. That doesn't mean life is bad as well. And you know, if life is feeling bad, always reach out. And you always have backup options. There's always a back door somewhere. There's always an apprenticeship you can do. There's always a PLC you can do. There's like millions of PLCs you can do. You can also like study abroad. There's like loads of courses you can do. So school is not the end all be all. Do your best, but school is not the end all be all.
Yeah, that was good advice. Really good. This was
Thank
actually really
you.
fun. Thank you for coming.
Thank you guys.
Oh no, now I have to cut the cameras.
That can be cut out. That can be cut out.
That can be
of the
cut
thing.
out. Bye guys.
Ta-da.